Man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy HEILD Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to do for you, ladies and gentlemen, is give you a small recap of last Sunday's live stream. I'm going to break down some of the most important parts of that show. If you want to see the rest of it, go to my live stream, and the live stream name is How to Cut People Off. So let's get into it. A lot of you, ladies and gentlemen, you have relationships in your life. It don't have to be intimate. It could just be relationships with people. You have relationships with people that do not benefit you. I'm going to tell you how to cut these people off, and they don't necessarily have to be people who are doing bad things. We're not talking about the obvious people that you need to cut off. We're talking about the people who are just there, the people who are not contributing to your lives. You understand what I'm saying? You should not have any relationships in your life where you're not being benefited, period. It doesn't mean that you're using people. It just means that you are looking out for number one. You have to be a little selfish in life. Now, let me get into a little further. Y'all need to stop overvaluing relationships, okay? When you overvalue a relationship, you are undervaluing yourself. Some of you are stuck in this whole belief system of, well, that's my family, I need to be loyal. Blood is thicker than water. Blood is not thicker than water. Relationship and loyalty is thicker than water. A lot of people who are your family members, from your mother to your father to your grandmother, grandfather, to your cousins, to your aunties and your siblings, sometimes these individuals are your worst enemies. Sometimes these individuals do not want to see you climb. Sometimes these individuals do not want to see you rise. So just because you are blood related does not mean that you are really family, okay? So you can get out that. Don't overvalue any relationship with a family member that does not have your best interest at heart, okay? Another thing, you need to stop overvaluing the contributions of others. You see, a lot of you are walking around right now with people in your lives who tell you things like, you owe me, that I deserve a certain treatment from you because I did something for you. No, man, you don't owe nobody nothing. If they have done something for you, God put that on their heart. I'm not telling you to be unappreciative. Be very appreciative of what anyone has done for you, and be sure to give them a thank you. But never, ever, ever, ever feel as if you have owed them. If you did something for me 5 years ago, why are you holding that over my head now? You remember that thing that I did for you? You remember that time that I didn't do something for you because you asked me not to do it for you? Look here, man. People don't get all the glory, God get all the glory. When you always feel that you are indebted to somebody, you feel as if you are serving them. You feel as if you are a servant to them. You feel like you are subservient to them. You feel as if you are in a type of bind or a type of debt that you can never release yourself from or free yourself from. And to them, they get all the glory because you always think about how they did this for you or how they have not done that for you because you asked them not to do it. The only reason why I said that God get all the glory because he's the only one who's gonna make sure I breathe every day. He's the only one that's gonna make sure I'll eat every day. People won't do that. He's gonna be the one that makes sure that I'm healthy every day, that my kids get to school and come back home safely every day. People are not gonna do that. So when people do things for you, you give them a thank you. You show them that you are appreciative of it, and maybe, hopefully, you can return the favor if you are in that position to do so. But if you are not in the position to do so, does not mean that you are a bad person. It just means that you was not in the position to do so. You dig it? Excuse me. One more thing that I tell you. Stop overvaluing the influence that other people have in your life. Some of you won't even go to the gym unless somebody motivates you there. Some of you will say things like, I'm not gonna go to the gym. I need to go to the gym, but I can't do it by myself. Or you say, I can't do this X, Y, and Z. I can't do that X, Y, and Z without somebody there. I need what they call a accountability buddy. I need someone to hold me accountable. Those type of people who can motivate you like that, those type of people that can influence you like that, have more control over your life than you do. So what you have to do is learn how to be in control of your own life. Do not allow people to have more influence over your life and your lifestyle than you do. You have to cut these people off. You have to cut off the relationships that you overvalue that causes you to undervalue yourself. You have to cut off the people that consistently remind you of the contributions that they have given you over the years, and you have to cut off the people who feel that they have the the influence over your life to steer you this way, to steer you that way, to motivate you, to influence you to do the right or the wrong things. If it's the wrong thing, you definitely cut them off. If it's the right thing, you still need to cut them off because you need to learn how to be self-sufficient and put yourself out there to do it for yourself. Now, check this out. When you're trying to be a successful person, in whatever it may be, you're going to run into two categories of people. First, let me say this. People never change. People never change who they are. They only reveal who they are. Again, people never change who they are. They only reveal who they are. This is why you find people who say things like, excuse me, that man changed after we married. That woman changed after we married. No, they did not change. They only revealed who they were, because before y'all got married, they were playing that role. They was chameleon, okay? They played the chameleon style so that they could become whatever they need to become to be your man or woman or significant other. Can you dig it? So these type of people can reflect your value systems. If they understand that you value monogamy, then they can mimic monogamy. If they understand that you value things like respect or productivity, then they can value those core value systems that you have. They can mimic that like a chameleon, but that's not who they are. People never change. They only reveal who they are, okay? Now, back to what I was saying. If you want to be successful, there are two types of people that you're going to encounter. People will attach themselves to you because of your success, and people will pull you down also because of your success. The people that attach themselves to you because of your success, I label them as parasitic leeches. Why? Because a leech is always withdrawing from the host. They never deposit, always taken away. And a lot of you don't understand this, but there are people who are watching you, who are monitoring your success. For example, you can have an ideal to do something. You can have an ideal to build something, and they don't want to sacrifice. They don't want to contribute to that dream that you may have. So what they do, they watch you. They wait for you to complete your dream, and then they attach themselves to your success. For example, if I wanted to build a gazebo outside, and I love the barbecue, and I have a friend who loves the barbecue too, his family comes over, my family's over there, we barbecue, and I tell my friend, I'm going to build a gazebo, and it's going to be built directly for barbecuing so that your family and my family can enjoy our times there together. And that friend says, yes, that sounds like a great idea. And that friend always watches. He'll call, he'll text, man, how that thing going, man? And you be like, man, it's gonna cost me $5,000 to build this thing, but I got it going. He said, okay, great. He don't lift one hammer to build it. He don't contribute $1 to make it happen, but he waits for you to finish it, and then he come over with his hungry ass to eat. Not even trying to buy the food. This is what happened when you are dealing with a parasitic leech, okay? These type of people will insert themselves into your success. They want to reap the benefits of your sacrifice. Again, another example, if you buy a boat and you tell your friend, I'm gonna buy a boat. He said, oh, that sounds good, that sounds good. You buy the boat, and then he said, oh man, we finna go somewhere in that boat. We gonna go somewhere this weekend. He didn't spend one dime on it. See, these type of people will monitor you. They will follow you. They will call you, text you to see what you're doing, how you are progressing. And once you reach it, then they wanna insert themselves into it. Now, we know what crabs in the bucket is. That's the last group that you will meet. The crabs in the bucket people, these are the people who are going to discourage you from doing what you want to do. And I want you to pay close attention to what they're not doing more than what they are doing. Because if they are trying to pull you down, it's obvious that you know to avoid them. What you need to understand is what they're not doing. When they're not supporting you, when they are not encouraging you, when they're not trying to push you, those are the people that can most likely be crabs in the bucket, because they don't want to give you no fuel to the fire. They want to bring no fuel to the fire to get you where you're trying to get to. Cut those people off immediately. Another thing, avoid people who are not a benefit to themselves. What do I mean by that? There are people walking the earth right now that are not beneficial to their own selves. In other words, they make bad decisions. They have bad judgment calls. They make decisions that get them in trouble. Take a repeat offender. I'm not talking about people who go to jail once or twice and then change their lives later, or go to prison once or twice and then change their lives later. I'm talking about people who continuously fuck up, who keep going back in jail, going back to jail, never learning their lesson. Or a woman who is a baby mama who has one baby daddy, two baby daddies, three baby daddies, four baby daddies, in a vicious cycle of ignorance and never learn from that. Or a man who has one baby mama, two baby mamas, three baby mamas, in a vicious cycle of ignorance and never want to change. These people are not wise enough yet. They have not matured enough yet to be a benefit to themselves. through their foolish decisions. So if they cannot be a benefit to themselves, then let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen, how can they benefit you? Now, what you just heard is just a small part of the live stream that I did this Sunday. If you want to hear the rest of this particular content, y'all, go to my live stream I did last Sunday. It's called How to Cut People Off. And on that live stream, I'm also going to have some videos that I'm going to react to that's going to be in the vein of the topic that I just told you about, cutting people off, okay? And also I'll throw a few scriptures in there because it's Sunday. You know what I mean? Not a whole lot, but enough. I believe if you watch it, you'll learn something. Now, on the way out of here, hit the like button for me. Hit that like button if you're a new person watching. Subscribe to the Boss Mac channel, the Jeremy Hill Show, and try to put these things I just told you into practice if you want to have a peaceful life. Anyway, thank y'all. Y'all be safe now, you hear?